Good everyone. Today we're going to be looking at the XMATCH function. So the XMATCH function allows you to search for a particular item from a list of cells or list an array of cells. So it's very similar to the match. So let's take a look at the match. Then we'll take a look at the XMATCH. So for the match, here's how it works. Okay. So um, I'm looking for invoice number 11282. Okay. So I come here and I paste this here. So let me try to go for number 1128 as well. Okay. So I come to the match. So yeah, I'm not going to use the match, I'm going to use the X match. And yeah, I'm going to use the match. So for the match, I'm going to equals to match. I'm looking for invoice number this, which is our lookup value. So my lookup array is going to be the list of all my invoice numbers. So I click on the very first one. I do a control shift down, then the exact match. So I close the bracket, enter. It gives you number 7. So invoice number 1128 is number 7. As you can see, that's correct. Now let's look at the X match. So I do equals to X match. I look for invoice number 11287 again from the list of all my invoice, which is my lookup array. So my lookup value is I'm looking for invoice number 11282 from this list, which is my lookup array. The time for this the match mode. The match mode is I also want to use the exact match. And it asks me for the search mode. So whenever you see a parameter in this square bracket, it means it's optional. So I can also remove this, it's going to work as well. So let me just put 0, I close it, and I press enter. It also gives me 7 as well. So what's the difference? So the difference is this last one, the match type only gives you less than, exact match or greater than. However, yeah, you will get a lot more. You'll have a lot more. So you have exact match on the next smallest item, exact match on the next largest, and you also have this wildcard match, which we're going to explore. And then you see the search first to last and the search last to first as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the other two, the match mode and the search mode. So let's look at the match mode. So for the match mode, let's take a scenario. Yeah, I want to look at the amount build. And for the amount bill, let's take a bill of 200. So that's one $200. Okay, so I come into the match mode. So I do equals to X match. The lookup value is 200. And my lookup array, which is my amount build, I want to know the exact match or the nearest smallest number. So I put -1 and I close the bracket. So it gives me 4. It gives me 4 because number one, there's no 200 here. If I change this -1 to 0, you see there's no 200. So I gave -1. Okay, so it tells me 4. So it tells me this is the closest, smallest number next to it, and that's number 4. Number 4 is this, which is 193.45. This is the smallest number close to the 200 bill. However, if I've made the 1, 1 means exact match on the next largest number. So it gives me 2. So the exact match or the next largest number. So the next closest number to 200 is item 2, which is 1106. However, let me say for example I made this instead of here being 2 140, I made it 240. Gives me 5. because now the next largest number closest to the 200 is this. So that's all for the match mode. So let's look at how to use wildcards. So the wildcards. Now for the wildcards, for example, I'm looking for bags, and bags a product. It can also be bags, and I'm not looking for bags. I'm looking for any item that has bag or has bag in it. So I come to XMATCH, and I want any item that has bags before it. And so I use the wildcards. The asterisk means there are more than one characters before bags. If I kept, instead of using asterisk, I kept a question mark. It means there's only one character after before the bags, but I know there are more than one, so I'm putting asterisk and bags. So this will give me asterisk and bags. So I'm saying there are more than one characters before this word, which is bag. But for what am I looking for? I'm looking for my list of products, and I want to know the wildcard character match. So to match it with this wildcard which I kept. So 2. And I close my brackets, enter. So it gives me 1. This has bags on it, paper bag, which is correct. So let's look at how the other item looks like. So for example, let's say we're trying to find out at what year was the last cocoa produced. So what year was the last cocoa produced? Half cocoa. Yeah. If you notice half cocoa where yeah. Also have cocoa, yeah, as well. So here I come here and I do a S match of cocoa in list of products, and I want the exact match of cocoa to give me 4, which is this. However, the situation right now is that I don't just know, I don't want to know this particular cocoa. I want to know the last time cocoa was bought in the US, which is this. This is what I'm looking for. So I expect to see number 14. Okay, so after giving this exact, my match mode to be exact match, I'm going to use my search mode to instead search from the last to the first instead of the first to the last, which is another -1. I press enter, 14. So this, instead of it searching from up to down, it went to the very last the last item on the list, and searched from the last character to the first item, and so it found the last item that the US bought, which is year 2020. So you can also use the match along with other formulas as well. Like for example, the index formula. So let's say for example, I don't just want to find the last time or the number it was. I want to find out what was the last year this was bought. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the index of my array. Now it asks me for the row number. I've already used my X match here. If you have not done that, I've used my X match here. So I have this. But if you remember, I started my arrays from cell 2 or row 2, but I don't start from row 1, so I have to put +1. And what column number? So here is on the third column, which is this. So I'm going to put 3 here, and I close the brackets and I press enter. So 2022 was the last year the US bought cocoa.